It's been a long and bumpy road for Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake, but what's the full story behind this A-list couple? And is there hope yet for their relationship? Justin Timberlake dated Cameron Diaz long before he and Jessica Biel fell for each other. By some accounts, Diaz had a difficult time moving on from her ex. Or was Timberlake not actually her ex when Biel first caught his eye? In his memoir, Hindsight, Timberlake admits that he was dating someone else when he arranged to meet up with Biel at the 2007 Golden Globes. According to a 2007 Page Six report, Diaz freaked out upon seeing Timberlake and Biel getting flirty at the event and confronted Biel at an after-party. A source claimed, if that's how she wants to get him back, it won't work. Fast forward to 2010, when Diaz and Timberlake were filming the raunchy comedy Bad Teacher together. An Us Weekly cover story about the exes working together claimed that Biel was not happy with her then-boyfriend. A source told the outlet, he tortured Jess by taking this role. The truth is, I don't know if they can survive this. Another insider claimed that Biel's complaints to Timberlake about the situation were making him rethink their relationship. Rumors about Justin Timberlake being an unfaithful boyfriend were rampant during the early years of his relationship with Jessica Biel. In 2008, an eyewitness told the Daily News that they saw Timberlake leaving an NYC nightclub with Amanda Seyfried. A source said, Amanda's no Jessica Biel, but they seem to enjoy each other's company. That same year, an onlooker told Star magazine that they saw Timberlake kissing Kate Hudson at a Hollywood hotspot. Timberlake didn't lose his girlfriend over the rumors, however, and it's entirely possible that Biel was somewhat relieved that she wasn't the one being accused of cheating. The year prior, Star claimed that Biel had stepped out on Timberlake with an ex now known for rocking an iconic star-spangled suit, Captain America himself, Chris Evans.
That is America's ass.
Biel and Evans dated for 5 years before calling it quits in 2006, so they hadn't been broken up all that long when she started seeing Timberlake. If Star's sources are to be believed, the exes couldn't stop those feelings from resurfacing when they both attended a pal's wedding reception. An eyewitness claimed they were holding hands and cuddling all night, even trading little kisses. Notably, Biel and Timberlake hadn't yet gone public with their relationship at the time, so it's very possible that they weren't dating exclusively. When Justin Timberlake and Rihanna hit the recording studio together in 2009, there was speculation that they weren't just working on the rated R bonus track, Hole in My Head. According to a Star magazine report, Timberlake was in constant contact with Rihanna, and he had told her that he and Biel were on the outs. This is why Rihanna reportedly had no qualms about treating Timberlake to a lap dance. A source told the tabloid, she is a total tease and loves flirting with him. She digs him and wants to date him too. An insider close to Rihanna denied that she was engaging in any such behavior, however, telling People magazine that she and Timberlake's sole focus was their work. The National Enquirer also helped Rihanna out by claiming a source had told them that Rihanna personally reached out to Biel to assure her that there was nothing shady going on. The insider said, Rihanna has been cheated on in the past, and one thing she would never do is take another woman's guy. Apparently, there were no hard feelings about the rumors. The following year, Biel told Vogue that Rihanna was one of her greatest sources of style inspiration. She said, she's got something going on that I am sort of craving a little bit. In 2009, Lindsay Lohan tweeted and deleted a message that was assumed to be about Justin Timberlake. She took to the platform, now known as X, to write, "Where's JB Cheater?" The JB in question seemed to be Jessica Biel, who was not with Timberlake when he was spotted partying at the same nightclub as Lohan, NYC's Avenue. Lohan followed that tweet up with another reading, "Why do people cheat?" The Mean Girl star later claimed that the musings about infidelity were not her own, but those of a hacker. However, a source told Us Weekly that no one had taken control of Lohan's account to question Timberlake's loyalty. Lohan had indeed posted the messages. She was reportedly scared into deleting them when Timberlake vowed retribution by getting her banned from the nightclub where she had committed the offense.
Shut up. Shut up! I didn't say anything.
Another eyewitness told Page Six that Lohan had sent the tweets because she was bitter about Timberlake brushing her off when she tried to dance with him. The source claimed that Timberlake later got flirty with another clubgoer, a situation that could have served as inspiration for Lohan's accusation of infidelity. However, the club's owner claimed to possess surveillance footage proving that this hadn't actually happened at all. In 2010, Us Weekly reported that Justin Timberlake had hooked up with Olivia Munn. The two first met when Munn hosted a live chat event promoting Timberlake's movie, The Social Network. A source claimed that Timberlake had more than socializing on his mind when he got Munn's number, and she invited him over to her NYC hotel the day after the event. According to the magazine, their affair lasted 3 days, and a source claimed to know that they had amazing sex. The insider also said that Timberlake had told Munn he and Jessica Biel were no longer an item, something he was purportedly saying to other people as well. Another source defended the other woman in the salacious story when issuing this denial to People, saying, Olivia Munn is not that type of girl. According to a January 2011 Life and Style story, Timberlake hadn't stopped pursuing Munn after Us Weekly published its piece about their rumored affair. A source claimed that Timberlake was still texting Munn 2 months later, and she was letting some of her friends see his messages. While Munn reportedly enjoyed the attention, she didn't fully trust Timberlake. The source claimed she's not expecting it to go anywhere, but she'd love it if it did. But when Timberlake and Biel broke up in March 2011, he didn't move on with Munn. Screenwriter David Newman told the New York Post that Jessica Biel made it to the screen testing stage for the sexy 2011 rom-com Friends with Benefits. Had she gotten the part, Justin Timberlake would have played her love interest. Instead, it was Mila Kunis who found herself playing the role. Kunis had recently split from Macaulay Culkin, and Timberlake was still single when it came time to promote the movie, so there was naturally speculation that the pair possibly shared more than on-screen chemistry. In March 2011, a source told E! News, Justin is very interested in Mila. They've been flirting, but so far nothing has happened. According to another insider, Timberlake possibly ruined his chances with Kunis by trying to hit on her when they were filming the movie. At that time, he was still with Biel. An insider told Us Weekly, Mila knew he had a girlfriend and made it clear it wasn't going to happen. By April 2011, Us Weekly was linking Timberlake to a different leading lady, his in-time co-star Olivia Wilde. However, she shot down the romance rumors by tweeting that she was just friends with Timberlake. That May, the New York Post reported that Timberlake was spotted chatting with both Wilde and Kunis at an SNL afterparty. The cherry on top of Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake's 2011 reconciliation was when Timberlake popped the question that December.
It was the most lovely, surprising.
You had no idea it was coming.
Hilarious. No.
Shortly after their engagement, OK Magazine reported that Biel had been pursuing a proposal for a long time, modeling her supposed strategy on that of a member of the British royal family. A source said, she's a big fan of Kate Middleton and saw how she remained aloof and kept quiet after Prince William dumped her, and now she's a princess. But the insider added that Biel had to endure a lot of pain to get that engagement ring on her finger. In 2009, Fox 411 reported that she was even willing to try a friend with benefits arrangement to keep Timberlake in her life. According to an insider, Timberlake straight up told her that he wanted to pursue other women. If Biel watched Timberlake's 2006 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, she would have known that patience was required to become his bride. When Ellen DeGeneres joked about getting a gown to be a bridesmaid in his wedding, Timberlake responded, "You will have to stay the same size for the next 15 years. But not long after Timberlake and Biel got back together, Us Weekly reported that the selfish singer had become just an iota more open to the idea of getting hitched. A source claimed, Justin thinks marriage would hurt his career, but if Jessica threatened to leave, he'd do it. According to a 2012 National Enquirer story, Justin Timberlake only popped the question because he believed that Jessica Biel would kick him to the curb if he didn't demonstrate his commitment to her with some primo jewels. A source said, he told friends that he has no intention of rushing down the aisle, and he only went through with the engagement to get Jessica off his back. Once Biel got her ring, outlets including X17 questioned why she was continuing to be photographed with a bare left hand weeks after her engagement. The National Enquirer offered one potential explanation. She thought the diamond Timberlake picked out for her was too puny. An insider told the outlet, Jessica told Justin that although she was moved by his proposal, she wanted a ring with more bling. Us Weekly didn't back up the Enquirer's claim that Timberlake offered Biel a ring redo, complete with another proposal. However, the publication did quote a source as saying that when it came time to design the ring, Justin completely went rogue. Of the massive bauble that he presented to his future bride, the insider said, I wouldn't necessarily say it fits her style. Biel later confirmed to InStyle that Timberlake had not consulted her about the ring's design. However, she complimented his choice by saying, he has better taste than I do. Star Magazine reported that Timberlake also dropped $250,000 on some pre-wedding jewelry for an enthusiastic Biel. Did Britney Spears once dream of a day when she and Justin Timberlake would be able to catch up and fondly reminisce about their past relationship?
We have fun. We love what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree. We're lucky individuals. You're not gonna see us complaining. We're having a good time.
Or did she perhaps want to gossip with him about their famous fellow former castmates on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club? Nobody knows for sure. But according to the U.S. Sun, Spears attempted to reconnect with Timberlake multiple times after he and Jessica Biel got married. However, he apparently wasn't comfortable with revisiting that chapter of his life. A source claimed he wouldn't disrespect Jessica by building a close bond back up with a serious ex. So Britney had to back off and accept he'd fully moved on. If OK is to be believed, Spears didn't completely stop reaching out to Timberlake. The tabloid claimed that she sent him and Biel an assortment of baby gifts upon learning that the couple was expecting their first child in 2015. In a 2011 interview with Vanity Fair, Timberlake revealed that it had been about a decade since he last spoke to Spears. He stated, "I wish her the best. That goes without saying." Per OK, Timberlake had the opportunity to say this to Spears himself in 2022. The outlet claimed that Timberlake was speaking to his ex again, a development Biel was supposedly unaware of. Their source claimed, "They'll talk about the old days and how glad Justin is that she's found happiness." It's not unusual for the rumor mill to churn out pages of stories about celebrity couples growing their families long before they actually do. One of the earliest instances of this happening to Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake came in 2011, when the National Enquirer reported that Biel had stopped taking birth control in a bid to tie Timberlake to her forever. A supposed source told the tabloid, she's also telling her friends that she can't wait to be pregnant. But according to a 2013 report published by Radar, Biel and Timberlake had actually discussed their baby plans. Apparently, Biel begrudgingly agreed to wait a bit longer to get pregnant because of Timberlake's packed schedule. An insider claimed he's told her he wants to be a hands-on father, and that won't be possible with everything he's got on at the moment. But when Timberlake's late grandmother, Sadie Bomar, weighed in on the couple's baby plans in 2014, she told Star magazine that Biel was the one to blame for her lack of grandchildren. She claimed, "Justin has wanted to have children all his life. If it were up to him, they'd have a baby tomorrow." The following year, the couple welcomed their son, Silas.
Look, here's your wife and little Silas.
Yeah.
He's an elephant, little elephant head. Yeah, beautiful baby.
The rumors about baby battles raged on after Timberlake and Biel became first-time parents, however. In 2017, In Touch reported that the couple was going to therapy because Timberlake wanted to have another child ASAP, while Biel wanted to wait. In 2017, OK reported that Justin Timberlake was unhappy about Jessica Biel losing weight for her role in the USA Network series, The Sinner. The outlet suggested that Timberlake's dating history demonstrates his attraction to women with curvy physiques, and a source claimed that he was telling Biel to eat more to regain her own curves. In 2017, Radar similarly claimed that Timberlake wanted Biel to alter her slimmer figure by getting a breast lift. A source said, "That's offensive to Jess, who's hurt by the suggestion." That report has since been wiped from the internet, so make of that what you will. The shoe had been placed on the other foot back in 2009, when the National Enquirer reported that Biel's body being in tip-top physical condition was making Timberlake feel insecure. Timberlake reportedly couldn't keep up with Biel when they went jogging together, and he didn't like having her healthy diet pushed on him. Biel deciding to get bangs in 2012 supposedly put Timberlake in a bad mood too. A source told Radar, "Justin has begged Jessica to change it back to how he likes it, because he thinks the bangs look boyish." A month after Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake were first romantically linked in January 2007, Timberlake was reportedly spotted getting flirty with Scarlett Johansson, the star of his What Goes Around Comes Around music video. An eyewitness told Page Six that the pair spent a lot of time together at a Super Bowl weekend party, recalling, "Scarlett came up, leaned into him, and did a sexy little dance, grinding into his body." But Timberlake and Biel would become more serious in the following months, and Johansson married Ryan Reynolds in 2008. That same year, OK reported that Biel had sought relationship advice from Johansson and coordinated a double date with her. Fast forward to 2011, when Johansson and Reynolds were going through a divorce. According to the National Enquirer, Biel was concerned that Timberlake's interest in Johansson would be rekindled now that she was single. A source said, "Jessica is terrified the former lovers will pick up right where they left off. After all, he dated Jessica and Scarlett simultaneously at one point." In September 2011, Us Weekly seemed to justify Biel's supposed fear by reporting that Timberlake had visited Johansson's NYC apartment. However, their reps denied that this happened. For her part, Biel seemed to shrug off the ScarJo rumors by signing on to star alongside her in the 2012 movie Hitchcock.
See, he's always watching.
In 2019, Justin Timberlake and his Palmer co-star Alicia Wainwright were captured on camera holding hands at a New Orleans bar. The Sun also published a photograph of Wainwright smiling at Timberlake while resting her hand on the singer's knee. Soon, rumors spread online about how Jessica Biel felt about her husband's PDA with another woman. According to an Us Weekly report, Biel pushed for Timberlake to publicly apologize because she wanted him to experience a small taste of what she was feeling. A source told the publication, "Jessica was very upset and embarrassed by Justin's behavior and thought it was completely inappropriate." In 2020, OK claimed that Timberlake tried to prove just how committed he remained to Biel by assenting to a midterm agreement. Essentially, Timberlake would award his wife a majority of their shared wealth in a divorce if he were to ever go astray. Meanwhile, Radar reported that Biel was laying down the law in other ways, such as insisting that Timberlake considerably cut down on his time away from his family. An insider said, "If Justin absolutely has to go on the road for any reason, even for a movie shoot, he's going to have to figure out how to bring the whole family. It's time for Justin to become a stay-at-home dad." The tabloids clamored to provide updates on the state of Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel's marriage after Britney Spears made some unflattering claims about Timberlake in her memoir, The Woman in Me. Among them was an alleged account of Timberlake getting her pregnant and pressuring her to have an abortion. According to Us Weekly, this revelation wasn't news to Biel. The outlet also reported that Biel felt sympathy for both her husband and Spears. An insider shared, she thinks Justin's learned from his mistakes and deserves to live in peace. However, other outlets have reported that Timberlake's past behavior is beginning to take a toll on his marriage. According to a 2024 In Touch report, Biel has struggled with the public perception of her husband becoming so negative. The outlet's source claimed, she feels like she doesn't recognize the man she fell in love with and married. It pains her that people think she's married to a creep. Timberlake seemed to fight back against the rumors about relationship troubles when he released his single Selfish in January 2024, in which he sings about never letting someone go. Meanwhile, Biel told Marie Claire that she and Timberlake have something in common that keeps their marriage strong, saying, "We believe in loyalty."